Mm.
very loud. So I'll just make
Yeah.
it.
I'll just talk like normal as if I'm going to commentate. This is probably the level I'm going to commentate at. Is that all right?
Yeah, that's alright.
Yep.
It's more my.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
No,
think
no.
I had it turned up too much.
No, that's fair.
Okay, I'll fix that.
Yep. That looks good. Perfect.
22, Brian Jing. Number 24, Sunday Yona. And number 31, William Locus. And they're coached by Luke Casserly. Our stallions tonight, ladies and gentlemen, line up. Number 1, James Hilton. Number 2, Nathan Milgate. Number 4, Anton Milanovich. Number 6, Dominic Costanzo. Number 7, Franco Mea. Number 8, Daniel Bowman. Number 9, James JT Tomokovsky. Number 10, and our captain, Marco Yesic. Number 11, Hioraki Aoyama. Number 18, George Daniel. Number 23, Brandon Villa. Our substitutions are number 3, Cameron Windust. Number 14, Dylan Susovich. Number 16, Liam Yuli. Number 21, Jakob Mombasa. Number 24, Mackenzie Siron. Number 29, Luke Razzo. And we're coached by Peter Sekenis. Ladies and gentlemen, are we ready to welcome our players on the field tonight? Big round of applause for the players. Let's go, you Stallions!
Welcome to the Marconi Stadium for a Saturday night clash between two sides on opposite sides of the table. It's the host, the Marconi Stallions, locking horns with Blues United. Great Saturday night of NPL action. Thank you very much for joining us on the New South Wales YouTube page. 3 other games to pick from on this Super Saturday. Plenty of action around Sydney tonight. We're very thankful choosing this one. Big clash for both sides. Both sides getting big wins last round, both against the respective St. George sides in the top flight of the NPL New South Wales men's competition. Let's get straight into the lineup to start with the host, the Marconi Stallions. After their 4-0 victory last week, Peter Sekenis has made no changes to that starting lineup, and their lineup is as follows. Number 1 in goals, James Hilton. Number 2, Nathan Milgate. Number 4, Anton Milanic. Number 6, Dom Costanzo. Number 7, Franco Maya. Number 8, Daniel Bowman. Number 9, JT James Tomakovsky. Number 10, and the captain, Marco Yesic. Number 11, Hioraki Ioma. And number 18, George Daniels, joined by number 23, Brandon Bella. Their bench is number 3, Cameron Windus, number 14, Dylan Susovic, number 16, Liam Yuli, number 24, Mackenzie Siren, and number 29, Luke Razzo joins the bench after missing out on the squad last week. And for Hills United, just the one change to the team that picked up a 2-0 victory over St. George FC, the Saints. So Luke Casserly just making the one change. He's bringing back veteran defender Daniel Potofsky, and Jordan Lane makes way to the bench. Their lineup is as follows. Number 1 in goals, Ryan Wood. Number 5, Daniel Potofsky. Number 9, Yu Akubu. Number 4, Brian Jamba. Number 11, Anthony Frangi. Number 13, Cam Philp. Number 15, Noah Casserly. Number 17, Caleb Jackson-Brown. Number 20, Thomas Lopez. Number 26, Thomas Mako. Number 27, and the captain, Nikolai Muller. And on the bench for Hills United, as previously mentioned, Jordan Lane, starting there with Byron Jin, Wade Giovanelli, and Sunday Yona, who has 2 goals in his last 2 games coming off the bench for Luke Casserly's side, and the backup goalkeeper, number 31, William Lucas. A couple of great initiatives here tonight at the Marconi Stadium, round 1 of the Legia Cup, and celebrating women in football this week. Plenty of purple around this stadium tonight. Great initiative from all the clubs, and we're underway here in Sydney Southwest. Marconi, the tightest defence in the league, going against a side that struggled to keep strong attacking sides out, but Marconi in that same sense have not necessarily struggled, just a bit of consistency in front of goal. Hasn't affected them too much this season, just that rock solid defence carrying them through. Early free kick here, and it's Costanzo. He's got options in the box. Plenty of numbers forward here. Aerial threats. Costanzo over the top. Morgan's header back across. Cleared away in the end there. Not as far, or only as far as Ioma. Hills defuse it for the time being, and Hills find a good counter attack, and commentators curse striking pretty early there. Caleb Jackson-Brown, unfortunate touch there. Well, didn't really have a touch, went first time with that one. Marconi bailed out of that one for the time being. A nice little skillful bit to get out of that way, but Hills retain possession. Casserly. Jackson-Brown assesses his options forward, and he's looking for Lopez, who's out here on the right tonight. Frangi out on the left, and Nakubu running out that front 3 for Luke Casserly's side. Costanzo gets past his man. Costanzo's got a chance, gets it back in the middle, but it's just a sea of Hills United defenders there, and first real chance of the game going the way of the Stallions early. Just under 2 minutes gone, and Marconi 2 chances, but that one the pick of the lot so far. Trapping them on this right side, and just down that far side, the ever dangerous Anthony Frangi just waits in acres and acres of space. A few calls for a foul there. Millgate, referee doesn't want a bar of it. It's back through Hilton. Or out on the full, another disappointing end there. A bit of a sloppy start, taking it out from their own end for both sides. First real windy, cold night that we've had to suffer this season. Stanzas border, Tamulkowski, but cleared up there by the returning Potofsky, and there he is, Frangi. Acres of space out wide. Jamba on the overlap, chooses not to go with him. Know what he's capable of, Anthony Frangi. Good little border play. Jamba there, great pressure from Jamba on Millgate it was, and was lucky to get out of that one without coughing up the ball. Trapped in their own way. Lopez wins it back for Hills United. Puts it back in the middle, and that's a great stop in the end there. Milanic, strong foot out, and first corner of the game goes the way of Hills United. Hills not messing around in the early stages. They know how critical a goal could be here, and you're in the position that they're in, every goal matters. Long ball in, almost went to Lopez, but Hilton never really fazed by it. He's looking to kickstart the counter-attack here. Very, very strong header there. That stopped the run of Costanzo. Was basically through on goal if he doesn't get to that. He's the skipper, Muller. Jackson Brown, long ball, and it's intercepted. Ioyama. And another early foul conceded by Hills United. As I mentioned earlier, both these sides, say opposite ends of the table, but their road to this game is eerily similar, both beating either St. George side, Marconi beating St. George FC, whilst Hills United, surprisingly, considering both teams' start to the season, getting a good victory over St. George City. Nikolai Muller, starting the scoring in that game from the penalty spot, and then it was the substitute, Sunday Yona, who iced the game in the 94th minute. He's been in good form coming off the bench for Luke Casserly. Struggled a bit at the start of the season, transitioning from the MacArthur Bulls Academy and coming into full-time NPL, as Wilson's clearance is deflected away by Lopez. Try to play it in the middle there. A nice little early ball to Cam Philp. But again, it's Millgate, the experienced defender, who's theirs first. He's wiser. Knows what's coming from this pretty youthful Hills United side, the recently promoted side. Pushing it back there on Lopez, and the ref's calling it the other way. Might have seen a bit of simulation there from Thomas Lopez. He's been in great form as well. Doesn't really have the goal contribution stats to show for it, but he is one of Hills United's most key players going forward. He's just flying under the radar. Kick off at the two other games around Sydney tonight. We've got Blacktown City hosting the Northwest Sydney Spirit, the London Stadium. So this game kicking off here, and St. George FC hosting Sydney Olympic. That is 0-0, 40 minutes in, and should be minutes away from kickoff at Penshurst Park, as St. George City will be looking to bounce back from that defeat to Hills United last week, as they host the struggling Manly United. It is a very, very thrilling battle that we've got at the bottom of the table. I mean, bottom 5 or 6, only separated by a matter of wins, and Hills United's win last week was just enough to give them just that little bit of breathing room, so that this game against such strong opposition in the Marconi Stallions, not that much pressure going into them here. They're 2 wins clear of the drop zone, or four points from Sydney FC in 15th, and they've got a tricky battle against Apia Leichhardt coming up on Sunday evening, the final game of round 13. Apia, after frankly demolishing the Western Sydney Wanderers, an undermanned Western Sydney team, 6-0 last week. They'll be raring to go against the next academy side, as Ioyama again doing plenty of work up and down this left flank. So after the first 2 minutes, which was basically dictated all by Marconi, Hills have plenty of pressure on the hosts here, and it's almost exclusively gone down this right flank, which is a bit of a surprise considering the strike power of Anthony Frangi out there on the left. But if you look at it from a statistical standpoint, as a foul there on Millgate gives Marconi a chance to regroup. Almost 40% of their attacking plays go down that side, which is, when you look across every team's statistical analysis in that category, it's top of the league. Another foul given away there, and that one from Yua Kubu. Just high pressing style Luke Casserly's instilled on his side. It's worked for the majority of this opening stance, but 4 or 5 early fouls. You got to wonder if the referee's going to start digging into his book and issue a few cards. Jackson Brown's been put through here. Goes for the early option. Easily cleared in the end there. Marconi won't be able to retain possession as Jackson Brown with a quick throw. He'll give the short pass to Muller, and he's coughed it up just as quickly, and Zembolkovski's not happy with that pass. Heels, get our jail free card there. Jackson Brown through the legs like he was just about to pull up from the three-point line there. A bit of flair from the attacking players of this competition. Jackson Brown again, he's been focal so far. It's about everything going through him and Thomas Lopez on the right here, but Hills cough up possession again. As we said earlier, it's just been a little bit of a sloppy start. Both managers won't be happy with either defense's distribution coming out of their own end, because they're creating chances like this, kicking it out, going out on the full, other teams getting a throw in, and time, pretty simple save from Ryan Wood, but can't be doing that for too much longer, especially against the Hills United side that can score in the blink of an eye, really, and it's just a really well-oiled machine that is the Marconi Stallions, currently sitting in 4th position on the NPL New South Wales ladder. Ball from Iriyama. Stands a great battle with Caleb Brown. Can the young star produce here? Half volley crossing, trying to find Jezic. Falls at the edge of the box. It was a decent effort from Daniel Bowman. So that bounce might have put him off a little bit. He tried to dig it into the surface there, and I don't know if the conditions played a part in that, but didn't really get the desired contact on it. Just didn't hit the area he wanted it to on the ground, and kind of just dug in and almost deflected away. Another chance. Gone begging for both sides, but this time it's Marconi, and cough up possession in a really, really good area there. They had numbers, and it was Jezic trying to push James Temulkowski forward. Apologies for that one. Skipper there for Marconi. Cassidy looking for the long switch. Not sure if he was trying to find Anthony Frangi out there, who's basically been open for the first 11 minutes of this game. Another foul. So Hills up to about 6 or 7 on the foul count now. Marconi 3 or 4 of their own in that respect, but can understand their urgency to get the ball back, because Marconi are tending to push a lot of numbers forward, especially down the flanks. And when you got the likes of Lopez, Caleb Jackson Brown, Anthony Frangi on either side, if you can get a chance and you got an overlap, those players will really make you pay. Another foul, and it's Jezic this time, alerting the attention of the referee in the middle, our referee Craig Fisher. And the assistant referees today, Nick Jella, Blake Sanchez Cruz, and our 4th official, Manuel Limnios. Muller now. Toski's surrounded. He's got 4 green jerseys around him. Just plays it back to Ryan Wood, and Frangi with just his second touch of the game didn't get to it, but early ball. Millgate gets a foot out to it. Otherwise, Frangi was through for all money there. Interception there from Jackson Brown. Down that right flank. Muller pushing forward. Spots Frangi, calls for offside. Flag stays down for the time being. Frangi's ball at the back post. Falls to Lopez. It's a good stop in the end there by Milanic. And another great tackle there from Dom Costanzo. Turning attack into defense there, the young star. He might have just saved his side. Not necessarily a goal, but just saved them the hardship of trying to deal with the ball in when they got the aerial threats that Hills United do, especially Frangi there at the back stick. He's just waiting for it, isn't he? With a sloppy touch there from Phil, but it's managed to be recovered for the time being. Cassidy gets it out of trouble. Going to try to play over the top, but it's Costanzo again. Showing his defensive capabilities. All coughed up by Maya and Brian Jamba. A little bit too aggressive there on the push. Marconi side in a bit of unfamiliar territory, especially against the newly promoted side, Hills United. There's Bowman trying to go over the top to Tamukovsky. He's looked a bit frustrated to start this game, at the least. He's calling for the balls. He's getting into good areas. It's Hills United 5/4 at the back is really doing wonders. Noah Catholic and Daniel Potowski running the show at the back. Frangie now. Goes for the early shot, deflected away. Milanic, no other option but to clear it first time. There was appeals for a handball. Didn't really look like it, but Jezic again trying to go long. Tamukovsky trying to get that one off Cassidy. There was calls for a high foot. Referee letting it play. He has stopped the play a fair bit so far, so got to give him credit for allowing the play to continue when it's there. Rolls around the ground, but there's a chance here for Lopez if he can get it past Millgate. Philp there, goes to Frangie, down the line. That's an excellent stop there. Fantastic stuff. Marconi defensively, just really suffocating Hills. So they've seen what they're capable of in this opening 15 minutes, and getting a stop to it early. Good discipline and all that instilled by their coach, Peter Sakanis. Long ball over the top, kind of wrong-footed Brian Wood. That extra little bit of bounce, and we've seen that earlier with the shot from Daniel Bowman. I think something with this surface, not too sure if it's the wind that's some extra due, but anyway, back to the action. Marko Jezic brought down. Still down, Marko Jezic. Did have a bit of a that scream when he went down, and hopefully nothing too serious. For the Marconi Stallions captain, one of the best players we've got in this competition. He's been a star for this outfit. So Marconi in their first 12 games so far, averaging just over 2 goals a game, which when you look at the teams around them is a little bit lower than expected, but it doesn't really matter because they're still getting wins, and it doesn't really matter how they come when you're fighting for a title. Costanzo's board, it's just got to go straight into the midst there of Ryan Wood. Marconi then, one of the more consistent sides this year. They've found a bit of form in the middle stages of this season. Kubu's header. Philp. Frangie's been cutting in basically all game. It's a great success. You can't fault it really. Loses ball there, grabs the shirt, and that's as easy as you like it for the referee to call a foul. And a few calls there for a yellow card for kicking the ball away, but it looks like it was just went straight to the keeper. A bit lucky there, Anthony Frangie. But yeah, Marconi 4 wins from their last 5 in all competitions. That includes 2 wins in the Australia Cup. They had a 4-2 win over Southern Districts midweek. It's this stage of the season when cup fixtures start to creep up on you, and you know some teams are playing 3 games within 11, 12 days. Fatigue starts to set in. The squad depths really start to get tested. Seen that with a lot of the relegation threatened sides this year, and it's been the difference for most of them is that depth. And Hills United have been pretty lucky in that sense. They haven't had too much go against them in terms of injury. Obviously a few players going down, but managed to keep the core of this starting 11 together basically since their first game back in the top flight of NPL here in New South Wales. Jackson Brown now. For the early cross, and it's only as far as out there. George Daniel. Looks like deflected away off his leg, but Jackson Brown back with it now. Keeps it in. Great 1-2 there, but Kubu offside. Jackson Brown definitely could have gone first time there, and that, I believe, might have been their first shot on target for the half. Could be wrong. Happy to be proven wrong in that aspect. Let's talk about Marconi with their midweek win in the Australia Cup. Can't say the same, unfortunately, for Hills United. They went down 3-0 to the Wollongong Wolves as they get possession back here high up the pitch. Jackson Brown with the throw here. One thing about this Hills United side, though, is they don't tend to lose the ball too much. Second least on average per 90 possessions across the league. Losing the ball, which is credit to that trio engine in the middle of the park, led by the skipper Nikolai Muller. Thomas Mako a part of that, and even throw Jackson Brown and Brian Jamba into that, running up and down the wings. Here is the skipper. He's been taken out by his opposing captain, Marko Jezic. More options going forward. Temelkoski had a bit of work to do to get to that one, but Jezic just getting it out of danger. But it's won back here by Franco Maya. Maya cuts back in. He has Brian Jamba to deal with. Gets past him, and it's Bowman now. To Maya. Early ball. Costanzo's got space. Turns Jackson Brown. Gets it back in the middle. Bowman at the back stick. Platoski first to it. And Hills clear it for the time being. And defensive to attack. Frangi's out wide. He's got acres of space. Akubu across. And Milgate flicking it back across. And scrapped away by George Daniel. A little bit of disbelief there. That's just sensational awareness and great bit of skill there from the veteran defender to flick that one away, because otherwise Frangi was up and James Hilton was a bit advanced in that position. Chance to regroup now for the Stallions. One ball across to Costanzo. Just touches a bit wayward and had to pay the price for it. Noah Casserly. Casserly and Campbell Brown have had their hands full trying to mark Costanzo on this left side, and been a pretty even battle to start. That goes past nearly as far as Bowman, and Marconi again just pressing Hills into their own half. Not giving them any room to breathe, or not giving them a second to rethink what they're doing when they've got the ball in their feet. Costanzo showing off his incredible dribbling skills, gets it through the middle, and Platoski outside of the foot gets rid of it. Temelkoski thought about the shot for half a second there, but probably couldn't get the angle. Vela's ball cross in the middle, and Jamba's going to be having a headache when he goes to bed tonight, because that looked like it came right off his noggin. Looks fine for the time being. And finds Costanzo. Costanzo just didn't get the flight on that, and Jezic was in a really good position. Made a great run unmarked behind the shoulder in between Platoski and Jamba. Now Lopez. And again there, he gets through a lot of work. Brian Jamba hasn't really had the chance to show it so far. And that's only because Hills have just had so much success down this right-hand side there. Haven't really felt the need to go down the left, and Jamba is Key's combination there with Anthony Frangi. Ball to Jackson Brown, he's in a bit of space. Long touch, it's only as fair as Costanzo. Whips out the leg. Draws the contact of Jackson Brown, and another foul the way of the Stallions. Marconi, you can judge it by the XG ladder. They're outperforming their current XG by just under 4 goals. Whereas the opposite, Hills United, underperforming theirs by just over 2. Whilst the XG again outperforming by 6, but Costanzo with a real chance to give Marconi the opener here. A great tackle, and Marconi get another corner. Well, first corner of the game, sorry. It's Caleb Jackson Brown. who conceded the foul at the other end to give Marconi the ball back. Putting in great work to stop Costanzo. We know how dangerous he can be from this position. Bodies in the box. It's going to look like for the Stallions, or 7, sorry. Everyone from Hills is back. Costanzo's almost finding Millgate at the back there, but Wood, calm as you like. It's like there was no one around him, just a training drill, that one. Really has developed to one of the best shot stoppers in this league, Ryan Wood. His distribution is just as good. Jackson Brown. A great tackle there from Bowman. Jackson Brown clutch in the back of his head there. Might have caught a stray in that tackle from Bowman, but nothing illegal about that. Things stand currently a draw. Hills United only one of 2 teams to not have had a draw this season. Inside Sydney FC. Confident possession on both ends, but the pinball there goes back the way of Hills United. Jamba worked to win that back there. Almost lost the ball to Franco Maya. Goal to report on in the Blacktown City game. It is the hosts, Blacktown City, taking a 1-0 lead over the Spirit, and Sydney Olympic up 1-0 over the St. George Saints at half-time there at Penshurst. Here's Phil all across the ground. The touch is just a little bit too heavy. Millgate's clearance only as far as Frangie. That's what he can do when given space like that. Anthony Frangie cutting in, trying to find the top corner, and just left that curl a little bit too late. Bit of a wake-up call for Marconi. They've been leaving Frangie free basically all game, and very, very lucky not to have conceded the first goal there. Jamba worked hard to try and get that one back, and his captain's got his back because Yesic had plenty of space out there on the right to go with, and Nikolai Muller, excellent work to win the ball back there. Lose it just as quickly as we say that. The commentator's curse in full effect tonight. Apologies for that. Wilton long ball. Hales outstretched, trying to keep that in and find Yesic. Now a chance for Frangie to dispose of it here. Mako. Fortunate ball there from Phil. Try to play it through to Jackson Brown. A little bit too far, and not too sure who screened it. Someone's going to go get it to Caleb Jackson Brown as he put on the burdens to go get that. I don't think he was getting that, but credit to Caleb for trying. You've got to give him the effort there. It's been a pleasant change in front of goal for Hills United this game, you'd say, considering their record in the last 8 games. Only scored 7 goals. They're from Cassidy to win the goal kick back, and they've got a real chance to attack here. Yuakubu tried to play Frangie out wide. This hit his pass, but was taken out after the fact by Daniel Bowman, and he's going to win a foul back for his side here. So that all started from Noah Cassidy. No goals in the first 15 minutes, which is what Hills United had previously led the league in. Most goals in that opening stage. 6 to account. Did it against Sutherland Sharks a couple weeks ago in a game that they ended up losing. Noah Cassidy opened the scoring with a header. Very, very early stages there. Did the same this game though. Jackson Brown. Lopez is fouled. Milanic, again the culprit. This has been a very foul-heavy first half, and credit to the referee for not allowing it to get out of hand, as Thomas Lopez is going to have to receive some treatment for this one. As another Hills United player who's down, so Hills could be down to 9 players here in the 28th minute. we'll get a chance, a stoppage in the play here. Look ahead to tomorrow's fixtures as well. But an absolute banger, top of the table clash, or close to it. Sydney United hosting the Western Sydney Wanderers at 3 o'clock at the Sydney United Sports Centre. The Wollongong Wolves play host to the Central Coast Mariners in the NPL New South Wales men's version of the distance derby. And rounding out round 13, Sydney FC against RPL Leichhardt at 5:30, and all those games live and free on Football New South Wales YouTube page. Pretty close range free kick here for Hills United. Didn't seem like it at first, but Muller could go for goal if he wants. He's got 4 options to the left of him if he chooses to whip it in. Lopez is ready to go on that right touchline, and Cassidy, a bit of a knock there. He's out, ready to go back in, or Petoskey, apologies. Nikolai Muller goes for the lofted, trying to find the back stick, and no real problem there for Hilton. Goal kick the way of the Stallions. Kennis on the sideline, encouraging his men, especially Franco Meyer, encouraging him to get a bit more involved in the action. He's struggled to find the receiving end of passes so far. Yazic does well to get that header away, but Tambulkovsky was to his right, header went to his left. Brian Wood now. Oh, but Daniel's first to it. Jackson Brown wins it back just as quickly though. Uwakubu tries to get past Milanic. Didn't have to do much there. Milanic, the pass was basically almost already out, but shielded him off. The referee has a little bit of a word here to Thomas Mako in the middle. This Marconi attack is showing plenty of promise. You got big threat up top to number 9, the man they call JT, James Temulkovsky, scored 6 goals this season. Marko Yazic got 4 to his name, and Dom Costanzo's got 3 as well. So goals between that front 3, and a couple double challenges there, a bit of a sandwich, and it looks like Uwakubu might be down. Yeah, it almost might have been a bit of friendly fire there from Nikolai Muller. Nikolai Muller, Milanic, and Uwakubu. But I think as soon as the referee said, do you want some treatment, Uwakubu was Shawn Michaels like getting back to his feet there. Didn't want to spend any time off the field. Fair play to him. Why would you? When you got the midfield engine that Hills United do. They've been spraying balls across the park in a good way though. Given plenty of chances going forward. Fortunate not to strike from either side really. Back past to Hilton. He's under plenty of pressure. Has to get rid of it quickly, otherwise Lopez was there. Milanic is swarmed. Hilton diffuses it for the time being. Yazic so well in those aerial duels. Plays it on the ground there. Picked up a play on for the time being anyway. Frangie. That might have just been a little bit of a double advantage there. Yazic. A foul there was Franco Meyer that went down after Peter Sekenis. His words of encouragement must have worked there on the right touchline. Fella's going to come back to take this. It's Milgate pushes forward. We go for the cross-field ball, trying to get Milgate to head it down. Got Yazic, Temulkovsky and Bowman waiting. Long ball, but again, Ryan Wood, he's read the scouting report. He knows what to do when those long balls come in, and hasn't really been threatened so far by any crosses or long balls going into him. His first to it. Outstretched arms of Ryan Wood. George Daniel does really well to keep the ball there. Thought Hills had that throw, but the linesman says otherwise. And Marconi will be very thankful for that one. Moment to Temulkovski. For his usual counterpart, Costanza there on the left, but he shifted more centrally. Akubu wins it back from Temulkovski. Temulkovski stays down, but Akubu almost trying to play it through to Lopez. Couldn't do it. Temulkovski just getting up from that. So he's letting a lot more play here, letting his football flow. Good to see the opener soon. You can just feel it the way these sides are attacking. And Philp's touch. Only as far as touchline closest to us here in the grandstand. Bezic is sandwiched in, and it looked like last touch off the Marconi captain, and it's the way it goes. Jackson Brown. Looked like Philp did enough to keep it in, but linesman obviously with a better view of that. Says it's Marconi ball. Temulkovski with almost like a Ronaldo chop, trying to keep it on the inside. Frangi now. Mishap retains possession though. It's Ioyama. Wins it back for Marconi. Now they've got room to go. Costanza just trying to slash it past Noah Castle, but just stood still and it went straight into his legs. Smart play from Costanza. You don't really see it that often, but when the defender's standing still and Costanza's just running through, he's probably got most defenders in this competition beat for pace. Can't blame him for doing that. Long throw from Jamba. Over the top balls. Frangi tried to play Lopez through. No. Steady possessional reach by about 20 meters-ish. Right in front of the Marconi bench now, Brian Jamba. Marconi's done a really, really good job of not necessarily cancelling out that middle three, but they're definitely limiting what they've been able to do going forward, and it's the reason why they've had to go out wide and really, really use Phil, Jackson Brown, Lopez and Frangi. Good work there from Thomas Mako. Gets past about three Marconi midfielders, but coughs it up. And now a chance for Marconi. Marko Jezic plays Costanzo through. He's got options in the box if he wants it. Plays it across the ground. Bowman trying to get it onto his right. Lost it for the time being. Flicks it to Temulkovski. Temulkovski, great spin. Costanzo first time hits the bar and it's over. What a special goal that was looking to be. And Costanzo's strike, first time you could see it happening a mile away. You could see the net bulging and everything. Very, very unfortunate end there. Costanzo inches away from opening the scoring. 36th minute of play here. Great bit of work there from Temulkovski, using those long limbs of his to reach around, bit of a Cruyff turn. And then had Costanzo an acres of space, and the ball almost just sat up for him, and so it was like a penalty from side on. Just hit it a little bit too hard. Costanzo flicks it past Casserly, and they've got numbers again here. Costanzo's surrounded though, great track back defense from Hills United. Gets past one, but can't get past Casserly. Great chance for Marconi there, blown, unfortunately. Funny game, this one. Marconi can just dominate for periods like this, and Hills strike back in a matter of seconds. Ioyama loses it. That's Phil retaining possession there. It's done well. Ball from Phil. Lopez almost first to it. Hilton's clearance could have saved Marconi a goal just then. Quickly go around the grounds. Manly United have taken a 1-0 lead over St. George City. That's a lot for the battle for those final two spots. You don't want to be there on match day 30, and Manly United doing their part so far. Kubu. It's Muller. Muller just a little bit too much time there on the ball. Costanzo try to get the lie detector out on Muller. Trying to say last touch was off here, about a little smile, a little point. It's not going to work for the Hills United captain. No, Kubu's gone for a strike from halfway. He's missed the ball completely. And unfortunately, he's gone straight into Millgate. And it's going to be a red card. Instant red for Kubu. The Hills United players are staking their case, and unless, from our perspective, Akubu's gone for the ball, missed it completely, and he's given Millgate a decent whack in all fairness. Yellow card at first, was upgraded to a red almost instantly. But this game's just been flipped on its head in a matter of seconds. Hills United's top scorer could be off here. Yeah, apologies for the delay there. We're just trying to confirm those details. But Kubu has been sent off, and the fourth official pointing him straight to the change rooms. Shakes the hands of Peter Sakanis, and Kubu's night's over. It's very, very unfortunate. But that's the risk you take, really, when striking a ball like that. He was pretty out of distance, in all fairness, looking back at it now. But Hills United down to 10. And they're going to want to survive this 5 minutes, go into the break and regroup. And Hills, they've done well there to get the goal kick. And no offense to the strikers of the NPL competition, but if there is one position that you don't mind getting a red card in, if you're trying to salvage something, it probably is up top. You don't want a defender going down, because then strikers are always first to go, really. Centre backs that crucial. And they've had a good partnership today. Castley and Husky. It just throws a massive spanner in the works in terms of their attacking workload, and they like to push both wing backs up, Jamba and Jackson Brown, and Mullah or Mako shifts into a makeshift third centre back for the time being while they push forward, and they've had plenty of success doing that when they've had the opportunity to, but they're probably not going to get the chance to do it today with Akubu being sent off. Stanzo now. Milanic doesn't have to go for the early one. Cuts back and finds Costanzo. Costanzo does really well to get past Jackson Brown. His touch is a little bit too heavy. Wins it back. Gets it across the face of goal, but it's cleared in the end there. Frangie tries to win it back, but Bowman does really, really well to win it back. Right back off him. Franco Meyer. A little bit too much. Took a little bit too much time there, and wins it back as far as George Daniel. Stanzo thought he'd been pushed in the back, but it's actually the other way around. Looks like he might have put an elbow into the back of Nikolai Muller. The experienced Muller, with 3 minutes to go, knows he's got to chew up every second possible here. Luke Casserly, desperate to get to half-time, you'd think, just to regroup and try something with this front three. He's going to have to go with. You'd assume Lopez is almost going to have to be playing 10 and 9 at the same time, or have to just forego the 10 for the time being. Lopez plays up top, Frangie and Jackson Brown on either side. Temulkovsky away with it. Casserly does really, really well there. Exceptional tackle from Noah Casserly to win it back from Temulkovsky. He was through for all money. Daniel. Yama. With the early switch. Finds Vela. Maya now. On with Jamba. Gets it onto his left. Finds the back stick. It's a great effort! What a goal from James Temulkovski. Off balance first time, bottom corner. And Hills United, within a matter of minutes, have gone down to 10 men and conceded. And you think with that, Marconi are going to go into the break up 1-0. Fantastic finish from Temulkovski. He takes his tally to 7 for the season. And that'll push him up to tied 6 on the Golden Boot race. Fantastic ball from Franco Maya as well. Hills just had to hold on for under 2 minutes. But Marconi are too lethal up top. You give Temulkovski a bit of room like that. Off balance, doesn't matter. Finds the bottom corner. What a finish. And now Jackson Brown gets through, but only as far as Milanic, who's had a fantastic game so far at the back. Get a chance to go back forward now. The Marconi Stallions. Just under 30 seconds of regulation remaining here as the fourth official works out the injury time for this one. You'd assume there'd be a decent amount with the red card and a couple of injuries that Hills United suffered. Might not matter as Mako gets down to Franco Maya. Apologies for laughing, but maybe a slight little overreaction there. He's claiming he's got the ball. Referee's calling the foul towards Hills United. The linesman's calling it towards Marconi. They're going to have a little bit of a chat here. I think they're not deciding yet, just shooing away the players. Looks like Nikolai Muller's trying to have a word, and both of them at once shooing him away. It's going to be 2 minutes of injury time after this. Fourth official's board indicates. But it was Franco Maya who got away with it, winning the ball back from Jamba. And Mako comes in and gets the ball, but the foul had been called prior to Mako getting there, so you'd assume that this is going to go the way of Hills United. And it's a yellow card issued to, might have been Frangie. Words being exchanged there on the sideline. Peter Sakanis and one of the Hills United assistants as well. Franco Maya was right, so maybe a justified reaction there. Frangie. Luckily not posing a risk of a suspension yet. A few Marconi players pushing the edge on 4. Alan Munford from Hills United already serving a 1-game suspension for getting 5 yellow cards this season. Franco Maya, we've seen what he could do earlier, just a couple minutes ago with a cross. Floated one to Millgate. There's Potowski first to it. Phil keeps it in, does really, really well to keep it in. He's lucky he's got a bit of space to work with down on this touchline. Millgate back now for Marconi. And Stanzo. Curly ball. Maya's got the overlap of Vela, doesn't opt to go with him. George Daniel in space, but he opts to go for Temulkovski. Temulkovski coming back on the right. Early ball in. It was a great header in the end there. It was Bowman. Chance. Didn't look like it was deflected away, just a bit off target. The back stick, and goal kick for Hills United if they play their cards right. This could be the final play of the half. Referee's ready to blow his whistle. Disappointing end for Hills United considering how well they'd played. Just one moment turns the game on its head, and got a striker as lethal as James Temulkovski. He's going to make you pay, and he did. He's going to allow maybe one more chance. No, he's not. Half-time here at the Marconi Stadium. James Temulkovski's strike is enough to separate the two sides here. Marconi lead 1-0. Join us back here in about 15 minutes for the second half. All to play for here at the Marconi Stadium.
Bryden's lawyers need expert legal advice. That's what they do. Nippies. Fuel up on substitution for Hills United in the second half. Number 26, Tony Franco, has been replaced by number 19, Ben Kelshaw.
Welcome back to the Marconi Stadium for the second half. This clash here, Marconi leading 1-0. Wild 5 minutes to end the first half. We had Uwakubu sent off after he tried to have a shot from distance, missed the ball completely and gave a good whack to Nathan Milgate. Unfortunately sent off after that one, and just minutes later James Tomulkowski, the brilliant strike on the volley after a great ball in from Franco Maya. So that gave the Marconi Stallions a 1-0 lead just before the strike of half time, and Hills United down one man, had to make a change. As a result, it's Thomas Mako who made way for Luke Cassidy. Put in a decent shift, Mako, but unfortunately the man to give way. It looks like Thomas Lopez is going to fill in, as I said earlier, as that kind of 10 and 9 all in one. He's going to have to be covering in a bit of work. Anthony Ferengi possibly working alongside him. Ken Philp out on the left, and the man that replaced Thomas Mako, speak Glenn Kelshaw. Great option for them on the flank this season so far, so be sure to have a big impact in this game, as is this man here, Franco Maya. Set up the first goal, and Vella in a good position here. Doesn't look like a Mako. Mako's been subbed off, apologies. It is Kelshaw that does replace him in the middle and will fill in. And they've not necessarily parking the bus, but a few more men back. So the midweek fixture starting to creep up on Hills United now, but Stanza's ball in the middle, intercepted by Brian Jambo, goes down screaming in pain, touching the knee. Hope that's nothing too serious. Looks to be all right. Brian Jamba to go around the grounds. Visited the earlier game, Rockdale Linden beating Sutherland Sharks 3-0. St. George Saints 1-1 with Sydney Olympic. It's that game. It's in the 46th minute. Still half time. St. George City and Manly United 1-1, and St. George just taking the lead over Sydney Olympic now. Delay there, but Wood off the free kick, only as far as the western touchline here. Millgate now just trying to readjust and figure out what Luke Cassidy's done with his formation here. Plenty of changes, but when you go a man down, I guess that's what you got to do on it. Could be a Frangie Lopez. It's a 4-2-3 formation. And you'd expect the wing-backs will have to hold back their attacking runs for the time being and help cover in defence. Disappointing end to the first half for Hills United. They played really, really well up until that red card incident, and when they got the red card, they were on the attack. Milanic, ball gets underneath him a bit, and he coughs up possession in a really bad spot. Phillips pass a little bit too heavy, and it's worked well for his team there. Milanic gets away with it. We'll get to Ioyama. Costanza now. Through the legs of Caleb Jackson Brown, and he was taken down for his effort. Great bit of skill there from Dom Costanzo. He'll get a foul. And just looked at the stats on the halftime sheet on this stream here on Football New South Wales YouTube page, and it's 15 fouls the way of Marconi. You can chalk that up, or 16, sorry, you can chalk that up to 17 now. Only 5 the way of Hills United. Yellow card as well to Franco Maya in that first half, who actually won a free kick, but I believe was given a yellow card for some form of dissent. Another chance here. Good ball into Jezic. Gets a head onto it. Marko Jezic. It's 2-0 Marconi. And just like that, Marconi all but sealing a win. 2 goals within 7 minutes of the game, either side of the half. Marko Jezic didn't have to get much on it. But the skipper strikes and Marconi now take a 2-0 lead. Costanzo setting up his skipper.
Marconi Stallions, scored by our captain, Marco Jezic.
And Jezic takes his tally to 5 for the season.
Let's go, you Stallions!
2-0 Marconi. And Hills just feel like this one's going to get away from them, and unfortunately for them, that turning point at the 40th minute. Going to look back at that. Iwakubu won't be getting much sleep tonight if he's watching this one from the sheds. Very, very unfortunate situation there from Akubu. He was yet to register a shot on target. Had 4 shots, which is 1 more than Marconi in that first half. Only had 3. There's plenty of attacking chances. It's just the defenses were winning to start that first half anyway. On the right sideline now. Numbers are plenty for Hills United in the box. Ball goes in and it's a good header from Kelshaw. First real touch of the ball since coming on at half time. Wearing the captain's armband now, Glenn Kelshaw. Header, he got up high. Just a little bit too much power on it. Couldn't get it down. And a goal kick for Marconi. Okay, finds Costanzo. Vela now. Temulkovsky through the legs of Pekovsky. Looked to go first time. Cuts it back on his left. He's still got it here. Temulkovsky. He's something special for Marconi today. He's on something. Early ball in. Gets it back in the area. It's a good chance. Temulkovsky almost taken down. Another player's gone down. It's chaos in the box. Marconi recoup. Maya from long range. Temulkovsky gets it. Tried to flick it up to himself, but it was Noah Cassily who put a stop to it. Jamba inadvertently take down Temulkovsky on his way out of the box, and Hills with a chance to regroup here. Can they counter-attack through Phil? The referees, to his own credit, he's not having a bar of the players going up at him. I thought it was the player going off at the referee, but it was the referee having a word to the players. Very assertive. He's kept the game in control so far, so credit to our man out in the middle there, Craig Fisher. And foul the way of Marconi. Taken quick here. It's the goal scorer, Jezic. Used the run of Vela to play it into Temulkovsky. His touch is a little bit too heavy, and Kelshaw diffuses the situation for the time being, but it's almost a ticking time bomb for Marconi. They look rampant in attack now. Bowman first time, deflected away off Cassily, and it's going to be a corner the way of the Stallions. Just their second of the game. It's going to be Costanzo on the furthest touchline there. In swing over this one. Costanzo's cross in very dangerous area. Milanic's header's looping. It's back in the area. It's a fantastic save from Ryan Wood. Millgate from point blank range. All he had to do was get his head onto it. He did it. He thought he was in for all money. And Ryan Wood, at the last second, saves Hills United from going down 3-0. But this has been a complete momentum shift. The opening 10 minutes of this first half here. Marconi all over Hills United. And they've really threatened to score every time they go forward. This attacking third is just humming for Marconi at the moment. Another chance out wide. Daniel to Temulkovsky. Assesses his option, tries to go short to Costanzo, and like last touch off Muller. Referee agrees. Very risky pass back to Milanic. Lopez was lurking, but Marconi now. Great 1-2 football here. Really good chance if he can get it into the middle. There's numbers back. Ball at the back stick. Jezic first time, heads it in. Marko Jezic has a double, and Marconi leads 3-0. In a matter of 15 minutes, Marconi have put 3 away. And if the game wasn't sealed already, that was it from the captain, Marko Jezic. Exceptional football in the lead-up, you got to say. One-touch football, bit of tiki-taka, straight out of the training ground, that one. And Jezic had a lot of work to do. He was open, but Wood was coming across, had to just get it perfect. Wood was going to the front stick. Jezic hits it at the back stick. Marconi 3-0. Where did it all go wrong? So Luke Cassily's men played so well in the first half. And Marconi are just all over him now. Could be in again here. Costanzo, he tried it in the first half, just launched the ball past the defender and keep running, and he's got past it now. Here's George Daniel. Heavy touch and loses it. Kelshaw, great pressure there. Luke Cassily sends his substitutes to go warm up. We could see the likes of Sunday Yona, who scored 2 in his last 2 off the bench. Introduced. Challenge there from Bowman. Leaves Muller on the ground. They'll win it back here, Marconi. It's been all them the first 10 or so minutes of this first half. Second half, apologies. Vela. Short balls, looking for Tamulkovsky. It was there on the right. Now, Hills with their first chance to go the other way. Lopez is first to it. Hilton slips up, and Milanic, as cool as you like, under plenty of pressure, diffuses it. And now, somehow, Marconi get out of that and go straight on the counter-attack. Tamulkovsky. Bit of contact in the back. Referee calls a throw-in instead. It's going to be a substitution for Marconi. Franco Maya is going to make way for Liam Yuli.
Coming off on number 7, Franco Maya. Being replaced by number 16, Liam Yuli.
Smart move from Peter Sekenis. See, Maya got the yellow card in the first half. He'd had a good game up until that point anyway, and set up the first goal for James Tamulkovsky, but just not risking going down to 10 men and making this an even battle. Marconi they've done really, really well with the extra man advantage, to put it quite frankly, and you wouldn't want to blow that chance if you're Peter Sekenis. They're still going to be 1 point behind Rockdale Linden in second, but just got to try and close the gap on the high-flying Western Sydney Wanderers at first place. Great win back by Muller. It's got options. Referee calls a foul. And Hills with a really, really good chance here. There's still plenty of time left, just over half an hour of play. If they get a goal here, it really does open the game up that little bit. Nikolai Muller pleading the case for the yellow. Made a pretty convincing case, to be honest, if you could hear that. The referee again seizing control of this clash. Anthony Frangi from distance. Looks like he's going to strike it. He can hit him from here, Frangi. Frangi straight into the wall. First time cross. Lopez has headed back into the area. Only as far as Milanic. Sticks a foot out and clears it, but it's going to go back to Hills United. Between halfway line and the 18-yard box here. Kosowski with the throw. Short throw, Lopez leaves it for Philp. Philp, if he could get past Milanic, had a chance there. It fell to Jackson Brown. Foul had already been caught, and Jackson Brown had a decent chance to shoot. He did do that, and he unfortunately hit it straight into George Daniel, and might have gone straight in the stomach. It's going to hurt. Able to shake it off, but definitely that sting of the ball on a cold night like this in Sydney Southwest. Frangie again. He's got a great in-swinger from the right. We've seen that in the first half. Hill's best chance of the first half to open the scoring was Frangie's curling effort, cutting in from the left, and this is his area. He'll follow in, but Hilton's given him plenty of room. The left, he goes under the wall, but just not enough power, and Hilton takes that a bit comfortably. 2 free kicks in quick succession in real dangerous areas from Anthony Frangie, and Marconi somehow come out with a clean sheet. Imagine telling someone that before those 2 shots. Frangie, 2 free kicks from close range. Marconi keeping Hills United scoreless. It's a great little spell there from Hills United. They'd really been on the back foot at opening 10 minutes, and just a good chance to get a couple breathers and restructure themselves. You can see that defensive structure in play now. Jezic to Vela. Aoyama for the first time to Bowman, and no chances being taken there by Noah Casserly. It's out for a corner. 4th of the game for the Stallions. Been dangerous. It was Meyer taking him on the right, Costanzo on the left, but Meyer's off now. Looks like it's going to be Vela stepping up. Sorry, the substitute Liam Yuli will take Meyer's place on this corner. Ball in by Yuli. It's only as far as Muller stood his ground and got the ball away. Aoyama. Plenty of numbers in the box. Gets it across the face, and Brian Jamba running across his normal flank there on the left to clear that one. And another corner for Marconi, 5th of the game. Aoyama. Swinger again, only as far as Muller. Frangie trying to get it out, but didn't want to keep possession. Chipped it over the top, and Hills have got numbers now. Philp does well to keep it back. Frangie, another flick over the top. He's frustrated with himself there. Lopez, all he could do was stick a leg out. It's going to go back the way of Marconi, who, in all fairness, have thrown not as much caution to the wind going forward. You're up 3-0, you don't really need to risk it that much. On board of Bowman. He's well to control it with his chest, and somehow falls to Costanzo. Vela. George Daniel, apologies, got my wing backs mixed up there. But George Daniel, I mean, Vela is in plenty of space out here on the right, if they can get it to him. Aoyama coughs it up, and Philp now. Frangie's got space. Just to go out wide to Lopez, but Hilton's the wiser. Take the win there in that possession duel. Back around the grounds. The 2 other games going on, 3 other games going on simultaneously. So the action here, Temulkovsky. Could he go himself here? James Temulkovsky cuts in, cuts back in. Rabona, the back stick. There's no way. Oh, Aoyama, first time! Marconi are humming in attack. Rabona's first time half volleys. Is there anything they can't do right now?
Coming off, number 27, Nikolai Muller. Being replaced by number 7, Wade Giovanni.
So it looks like a triple substitution is going to be made here. Sunday Yona, Wade Giovanni, and Jordan Lane looking like they're all going to come on. Frangie, Lopez, and Nikolai Muller are all going to make way. So Yona, as we mentioned, 2 goals in his last 2 games off the bench. He will occupy number 9 slot. And Jordan Lane is going to occupy that space out there on the left. He started last week, had to make way for Daniel Potofsky this week. Yona straight into the action, putting the pressure on Millgate. Look at the pace of Yona. Put Hilton under so much pressure there and forced him into an error, just to clear it, get it out of the way. And Lane's short throw to Potofsky now. First time to Yona, but Millgate gets there first. Jezic turned the wrong way and loses possession. Sunday Yona now. Puts it back onto his right. He's done well to stay upright, and the referee's seen the initial contact, and it's going to be another free kick for Hills United. Wade Giovanali's first touch of the ball is going to be this free kick from close range. Always in and out of the squad with his duties at the Futsal Roos. Great utility to have off the bench. Luke Cassely's dispense. Giovanali goes for the cross. Milanic almost botched the clearance, but got it the second time around. And Temulkovsky's there waiting. Everything going the way of Marconi at the moment. Ball out to Vela. First time, and it's Bowman. Yuli now, the former Western Sydney Wanderers youth product. Plenty of former academy players, both of these squads. When you look at it. Ariyama. Back to Yuli. Giovanali, the fresh legs putting pressure on, so looks like Jamba's moved into the midfield. So he'll occupy Muller's 6th role. And either side of him is going to have Wade Giovanali in the 10 role. Kelshaw's going to push up for this attack and this attack only, but he's got Caleb Jackson-Brown for company, and Daniel Lane is going to fill in at, well, not fill in, he is at left back now, and final man in that equation is Cameron Philp, who will keep his spot. The only man, basically, to keep his spot since the start of the game. Only throw now. Extends, flicks it on. It's a good chance for Ayama. Taken out, but it looked like it was ball first. Jamba is taken out by Marko Jezic. And Hills will retain possession. 23 minutes to play here at the Palace. Early ball from Lane, only as far as Millgate, and set up to Giovanali. His touch is a little bit too heavy though. Millgate and Milanic, such a formidable partnership at the back there for Marconi. Played so well tonight. Millgate and Milanic under so much pressure as well, and just so cool, calm, collected. Exactly what you want from your centre-back partnership, and it's one of the main reasons they're in the position they are today. Bowman's early ball. Vela across the face, Temulkovsky's header. Just miscued it off the back of his head. Great pressure from Noah Cassely there, and gets his side a goal kick. After that rampant, sort of 15 minutes to start the first half, it has calmed down a little bit. Long clearance. Could find Temulkovsky here. If he can get past Potofsky, touch is a little bit too heavy. Cassely has to clear it. Concedes a corner, but you know what Temulkovsky is capable of in those situations. 6th corner of the game for the Stallions. Costanzo's taking his time, letting his team regroup. Milanic and Millgate both sent forward for this one, but there's 4 back for Marconi. Long ball in from Costanzo. It's almost Millgate first. Potofsky got ahead to it, but the referee deems that Millgate's arm pushed in the back there. It's Craig Fisher, our official there in the middle. Another substitution, a double one for Marconi here. Cameron Windust
Substitution for the Stallions. Coming off
make
number
way.
23, Brendan Vella, being replaced by number 29, Luke Resso.
So Vella, who got through plenty of work on that right side, he's going to be replaced by Luke Resso. And Windust.
Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, number 4 coming off for Marconi. Anton Ulrich.
A little bit of confusion there from the ground announcer because he initially said Temulkovsky was coming off. Temulkovsky's looking at the sideline saying, me? Why am I coming off for Cameron Windust? And then the ground announcer said, that's actually number 4, Anton Milanic. And he's had to quickly scuffle off to the side, so he'll make way for Cameron Windust. He'll partner Nathan Milgate, who's just been rock solid this game, as we said a couple minutes ago. Him and Milanic been sensational for 75 minutes of this game. Done very well to keep out Hills United. If they can keep a clean sheet here, it'll just be their 4th of the season. They kept one against Sydney FC and Central Coast Mariners earlier in the season. Ball from Giovanali, great header, even better save. And Hills United showing what they're capable of in the attack. It's going to be a corner for Hills. Caught us off guard a little bit there. This is the 3rd of the game. Giovanali showing his capabilities from set pieces. Forced an exceptional save from James Hilton, who's been really, really good for Marconi tonight as well. There's not much to do in this second half, but he's being tested here. Kelshaw's cross. Deep into the area. Philp might have got the final touch onto it, but it doesn't matter because Jamba's with it now. Got underneath it, and Marconi could strike if they can get it back here. Costanzo. Great battle with Giovanali. Hills United substitute coming out on top for the time being, and long clearance from Marconi gives Hills a chance to regroup. Probably their closest chance of the game so far. Which gives us a chance to go back around the ground. St. George Saints getting a much needed win against Sydney Olympic as Blacktown City lead Spirit 3-1. And St. George City and Manly United tied at 1 apiece that game in the 60th minute. We'll see 3 games tomorrow for your pickings on Football New South Wales YouTube page. Take your pick. You got 3 bangers tomorrow. Now Russo. This fella on the right. Yuli finds Russo in a bit of space. Gives it to Jezic. Jezic first time, but Jamba sticking a foot out. Possession will retain the way of Marconi for the time being, though. Switch sides now, Marconi. Through George Daniel Costanzo. They haven't gone down this side much this half, and Costanzo's going to show them why they should have. Costanzo all the way to the area. Great stop there from Kelshaw. Followed him all the way and just slid at the final moment. Costanzo wasn't stopping. He was going to go all the way to that front stick. Gets a corner for his side, though, and out of the 7 corners they've got this match, I reckon Costanzo's responsible for about 6 of them. And just from doing that, just from running in and forcing the defenders to kick it out, because he's just got that much pace to burn. Ball at the back stick. Milgate again was looking to get onto it, but Petovsky's first to it. It's going to be a corner on the other side, and Aoyama's going to be taking this one for Marconi. Aoyama's cross in a great position, and it almost fell to Milgate. Windust had almost clipped the top of his head, and I think he's arguing that it didn't, and he might be right because the referee's changed his mind. 3rd corner in a row for the Stallions. It's going to be Costanzo again this time. Jezic close, but Might just be playing the decoy, Marko Jezic. Looking to find Milgate again at the back stick. He's been an option for plenty of these corners, Nathan Milgate, but Ryan Wood. First to it there. Giovanali touches a little bit too heavy. Temulkovski wins it back. And Marconi with a chance for the fourth here. Temulkovski, Aoyama cuts in. Sublime finish. And out of nothing again. Just one heavy touch, one pass that just goes a little bit astray. And Marconi have made Hills pay. It's 4-0. You got to feel bad for Ryan Wood there because he just had to hold out 3 corners in a row. Gets his side on the counter attack with an option out there on the left. Pass goes a little bit astray, and Temulkovski again does really well to win it back. He'll clock up the assist for that one. As Aoyama finishes for Marconi, and it's 4-0 at the Palace. Nothing to lose here from Hills, and done this every time they've kicked off, just all numbers forward from the kickoff. It's not going to work out this time. Milgate clears it first time. 14 minutes to go. Giovanali out wide to Kelshaw. Captain's cross is looking for Sunday Honor, but Milgate again just been sublime today. First to it. This game is leaving us in a little bit of disbelief here because I've said it a couple times, but Hills played really, really well in that first 40 minutes. You'd think a draw going into halftime was probably the fairest result. Red card happens, Temulkovski strikes, Jezic gets a double, and Aoyama, the simplest of finishes to make it 4-0. This will be key for Marconi's goal difference as well. I mean, amongst those top 4 sides, it's not that they've struggled to find the back of the net, they just haven't found it at the success rate of the RPS and Rockdales of the world. 25 goals in their first 12 games, averaged just a bit over 2, and they've smashed that average out of the park. It's going to take a nice little increase going forward as Sunday Yona with a great battle with Milgate. Yona's still in here, cuts it back in. Caleb Jackson-Brown had a shot at goal, but the last-ditch effort from Windust possibly saving a clean sheet for Marconi Stallions. It's going to be Lane taking the corner here. Just the fourth of the game for Hills United. Struggled to keep the ball at this end of the field in the second half especially, and it's just what happens when you're down a man. Lane with a looping cross in. Yona was almost there at the back stick. Marconi, you see a defenders there. And now another chance to attack. Temulkovski, can he get past Jemba? Jemba first to it, and Temulkovski probably just doesn't have the legs to get to it. Jemba could run all day, to be fair, so just about anyone. You could have a fresh substitute there. Brian Jemba, I think, is going to get there first. I don't think it's going to matter in the grand scheme of it anyway, but Aoyama's his first goal of the year as well. Jezic brings his total up to 6, whilst James Temulkovski leads Marconi with 7 goals for the season. They'll take their total up to 29 in the first 13 games this season as well. Now Rasso, disappointing pass there. Giovanali first time. Sunday Yona could be in here. Hilton does really, really well under pressure there. Almost kept it in as well. He's had to do that a couple times. James Hilton, as Peter Sekenis goes to his bench for one last time, as does Luke Casserly. Cam Philp coming off for Hills United. James Temulkovski is going to make way as well. So Yakov Malbasa. Probably a chance here. Malbasa with just 1 goal so far this season. We're looking to double his tally.
Also coming off number 8, Daniel Bowman. Being replaced by number 14, Dylan
Susovic play that number 8 role, which was occupied by the number 8 Daniel Bowman. And Cam Philp come off. He's had a great shift. Cam Philp. And Byron Gin, apologies, gonna make his way onto the field for Luke Casserly, so I don't think we'll see any more substitutions after that. A lot of fresh legs out there. Jezic is on a hat-trick. Fascinating final 10 minutes of play here. Hills United look good. Going forward, at least. Let's give the long ball. Windass first to it. There's the fresh substitute. Fresh legs of Susovic. To Costanzo. Bad touch there. Giovanali pounces. Got Yona out wide. Goes to him first time. Sunday Yona. What a save. Sensational save by James Hilton. Yona scored 2 in his last 2. Was looking to make it 3 and 3 off the bench. Great ball from Giovanali. See a lot of players sometimes, they overthink it. They overplay their hand. And not that time from Giovanali. Sunday Yona just couldn't open up the angle. Needed a couple more inches of room there, but Marconi will get away with one. They're looking desperate to hold on to that clean sheet. Just been their 4th of the season. See 2 in a row as well. It'll be the first time this season that they've held sides to 0, apologies. Whereas Hills United on the other side of that, they've been held to 0 3 times this season, and it came 3 games in a row against really tough opposition in all fairness, but they've been good for a goal today. They haven't got it, and that's just football sometimes, unfortunately, especially at this level when you're going against one of the competition heavyweights in the Marconi Stallions. They'll make you pay, and Luke Casserly and his side, unfortunately, they've learned that lesson the hard way today. Could be back-to-back 4-0s for Marconi as well if they keep the scoreline this way. Doesn't look like it's going to stay this way. I think there's one more goal in. I'm just not sure who it's going to fall to. George Daniel, Millgate. Suso's got his arms up. He wants the ball. Rasso. First time ball falls to Jezic though. Jezic. Not sure if that was a cross or a shot, but Ryan Wood again first to it. Might have been trying to find Costanzo at the back stick, but just miscued it a little bit. The Marconi Stallions captain is aware of his mistake. Long ball from Wood. Yona's not the biggest in size, in stature, but he sure is an aerial threat. Giovanali. Tackle, it was studs up, was it? Referee saying no for the time being. Giovanali goes into the book. 3rd yellow given out to Hills United today. No real malice in that one, but unfortunately by the letter of the law, it's got to be a card. Susovic gets past Casserly, tries to find Jezic. The hat-trick might have just gone back in there for Marko Jezic. Rasso. The throw, and Marconi, you can tell with this extra man advantage, they didn't do much of this in the first half, but just playing it around the back a little bit, assessing their options, getting a bit of tiki-taka going, which is how they scored that wonderful 3rd goal. Windust catching him out of position a little bit now. Marconi are. Rasso's got space to go in the middle if he wants to go. Gives it to Susovic. Yuli. Aoyama. Jezic is playing a makeshift 9 for the time being. Stanzo. Might have been a cross, might have been a shot, but Wood again. Quick there to defuse it. Petoskey under lots of pressure here. Does well to find Giovanali, who knees it up to Jordan Lane, who wins the foul for his side. And a much needed breather for both sides, I think, as we tick away the final 6 minutes of this clash. No change in the the results around the ground, but it's a bit more important what this means for the ladder. So Marconi will leapfrog. They'll leapfrog Apia into third, but Apia still have to play Sydney FC tomorrow, and so that ladder position could change in 24 hours' time. For the bottom of the ladder, Spirit will stay where they are, Sutherland will stay where they are, so Hills will go another week without getting into that real relegation scrap territory. Disappointing result and a bit unfair on them, really, considering how well they started. You just got to hope for Hills United that keep it this way. I think anything more than this would probably be an unfair reflection of it. Marconi did really well, though. Can't discredit them. 4 goals, they've deserved it. On a coughs up possession. Susovic could go early to Jezic. Decides to go Costanzo instead. How much left does he have in the tank? Costanzo through the legs of Jamba. Back stick. Petowski first to it. Jezic is really, really looking for that hat trick. He just got a feeling he's got to get it as well, the Marconi captain. Yuli. Very, very early option, and the run from Costanzo just wasn't timed to perfection, as he has been doing all game. First real slip up in that area from Tom Costanzo. Wood rolled that out on the feed, and 3 Marconi Stallions just pounds on it. Send a bit of meat out there. They're eager for a 5th goal. Free kick goes the way of Hills United. I think there was a handball called there on Nathan Milgate. Sure, slide tackled away, but it's a perfect through ball to Caleb Jackson-Brown, who goes first time only as far as Windust. The deflected cross back into the path of Caleb Jackson-Brown. A little bit worse for wear there, a little bit ginger, but he'll hobble off as Jordan Lane prepares to take Hills United's 5th corner of the game. Just a clunk of Hills United players there at the penalty spot. Lane's cross only goes as far as the front stick. Woolley was first to it. Caleb Jackson-Brown first time. That really would have been some strike. I think Hilton was beaten there if it was going into the top corner, as it looked like it was going to be. Hilton restarts play here. It's almost fallen perfectly to Susovic, and he had too much time to think about it. His first touch was heavy, but Marconi have had the rub of the green. The ball's fallen their way. Everything's going the way of the host. Jezic out wide to Rasso. This time Rasso. Aoyama. Woolley. Daniel to Costanzo. Costanzo's first time cross. Just didn't have the legs on it, and Petowski's under lots of pressure here. Clears it. Only as far as Windust, though. Rasso's ball. Jezic gets a head onto it. What a save from Ryan Wood. Stops the hat-trick for the time being. Jezic was looking for his 2nd headed goal of the game. Some strike, and an even better ball from Rasso. They're going to have to settle for a corner, Marconi. It's going to be Aoyama again. 9th corner of the game for the Stallions. Long ball at the back stick. Milgate's almost onto it. Petowski first to it again, though. Back in, but only as far as George Daniel. Milgate was there. Definitely out of position for Nathan Milgate. Don't see him joining the attack too much. Even he wants to get in on the action. Yakov Malbasa as well, who's, in all fairness, hasn't had much of the ball. Out on the right there. Look at that stuff out there is going towards Aoyama. Central action's going towards Marko Jezic's strike there from Dom Costanzo. Never really troubled Ryan Wood, but you know the old saying, can't win the raffle if you don't buy a ticket. Jackson Brown's touch didn't get to it. Millgate again there to clean it up. He's surely going to have a couple points when the 3-2-1 comes out from the match report here. Costanzo cuts in on the left. Aoyama is going to go first time here. Stop there from Bosovsky. He's pushing forward now with his side. Lane, his touch is a little bit too heavy. Marconi with the minutes, with the seconds ticking away. They're pushing for a fifth. Early ball. Trying to find Susovic, and absolutely launched out of there by Caleb Jackson Brown. It's going to be a foul there. Susovic, heavy touch. Try to recover the ball, and Jackson Brown might have copped a stray there, unfortunately, just in the end there. Woods long ball, and the Bills front three a little bit flat-footed. They'll get away with it for the time being, however. Giovanali try to go through the legs there of Jezic. Giovanali now, first time. Hilton had that back stick exposed a little bit, and Giovanali's eyes just went wide when he seen that. Some football there from Wade Giovanali. Kick of the day from Hilton, and it's going to be the final kick. Marconi walk away with a 4-0 win as they continue in their pursuit of the Western Sydney Wanderers in first place. Scoring started just before halftime with James Tomulkovski and a double quickly after the second half to Marko Jezic. It was followed by a goal by Hiroaki Aoyama in the 75th minute, which rounded out the scoring. A red card to Iwakubu, which changed the game for Hills United. That'll do us here. Thank you for joining us on the Football New South Wales YouTube live stream here. You can tune into the final minutes of Manly United and St George City if you wish, but please join in tomorrow. We've got 3 cracking games for you, starting at 3 o'clock and going all the way into the night. So thanks for joining us here. Hope you enjoyed the action. I've been Dominic Cronidi. Hope to see you soon again on Football New South Wales live stream here on YouTube.
Once again, don't forget to find the sign